Welcome back, my friendly friendlers. Here we are again with another episode of These Strings, Bikes and Guitars. Well, I don't know who remembers, but I was staying at the Florida Panhandle, and I stayed at the Panama Beach for a little bit, and then I moved over to Navarre where I met a friend, and then I hung out with my friend for a day or two, and then the bad weather was coming, but as you can see the thunder on the screen. But if I hurried, my plan was I get up really early at like 4 in the morning, have everything ready, load up my bike, and get out of there. And if I hurried enough, I had to go north to get to the highway, and that kind of screwed me up a little bit, got me caught in a tiny bit of rain for some 20 minutes or something. It was quite a bit of rain actually. It was so bad I had to pull over. I couldn't see anything. I had to pull over, and then it's kind of scary like that at night. You don't see anything, you don't know, right? Daytime you see the clouds rolling in or whatever. But I was following the radar the whole time, and yeah, it was a big bad storm across half a continent. I might still have a picture actually. I'll put it on the screen if I do. And so I managed somehow. I put my rain gear on. I got a little bit moist. Well, I kind of escaped the storm, right? That's what I'm saying. I kind of escaped the storm because I got a little bit tailwind of it. Not the tail, the front of the storm just touched me. Oh my god, I just outran a major storm across the whole continent almost for a stretch of a storm, like holy fuck. But if I make it to Tallahassee, if I don't fuck around for too long, it's coming here in half an hour. So if I can keep going and don't fuck around too much, I might just make it. Oh wow, look at that. Took the whole $15 and didn't complain at all. Usually it's like 12. Maybe some good gas. Okay, off we go. I couldn't hold it, it just fell at the other side. It was kind of fun, but everybody came running to help me pick it up. So, when I came to the mechanic, I pulled over to the side of the road, and the fucking shoulder was so high when I put my foot down, the bike was leaning over so much already, I couldn't hold it again, fell over. That was a hard one. I had to take some stuff off the bike so I could pick it up because the bike leaned over like all the way to the floor. It didn't get hurt or anything, like the bike is fucking solid. But it's yeah, 333 miles to go to get to Tampa. Almost full on gas. Time on this trip that $15 wasn't enough to fill up my tank. I hope it was really good gas. I don't know. Mariana, Florida, super expensive gas. Maybe the prices went up overnight. I don't know. Oh, there's some type of work going on in Taiwan. Very well be. Well, off we go. Roll, get on the highway, turn it off. Tampa we go. See, that's why you look over the shoulder before you go on the road. For the bicyclists. I don't mind talking into the camera. But the funny thing is when there's other people around, I feel super weird. So I'm like this fucking weird talking to myself.
Turn right onto US 19 South.
I managed to get the rain wear off. It's kind of annoying. I don't mind so much riding in the rain, but like the rain gear is so annoying because you kind of get moist underneath, right? It's all plasticky. But we made it to the rain. The storm was behind me. No more worries about some kind of hurricane flushing me away. And we keep on trucking. See, I also learned that on a road glide you can put your hoodie on and it stays on. It's pretty unbelievable because the wind blows from your back for some reason. It's so weird. And I did have a couple stories earlier about dropping the bike. I dropped it, I think, I don't know, twice. One time in Illinois. That was kind of stupid. And I was a little overconfident when I picked it up, and it was very heavy. When the guys came to help me pick it up, they said like, "What the hell are you driving it there? Is it packed full of bricks?" But we keep on trucking, buddy. That's why I wanted a big bike, so I can load it up and go comfortably camping, enjoying exploring this land, this continent. While I'm here, I'm gonna explore as much as I possibly can. Every year I want to do at least one big trip, maybe more. Because it's like I said, it's not so bad. This one cost me a little bit, but I really needed it. And the main cost, like I keep saying, was just getting my bike down south. And yeah, you can see, slowly but surely, I was leaving the clouds behind. And you do what you gotta do while you're on the road. So my plan was to get from Navarre to Tampa, sleep over there one night, leave early in the morning, drive from Tampa all the way through Everglades and down to Key West. And yeah, even though it was cloudy, I was getting burnt. The more south I was going, the more harsh the sun. But I was excited to see Tampa. I really wanted to see it. I've seen it long time ago in 2019, I think. I didn't see it. I was there very close by. I was around the corner with my kiddo. We went to dirt bike in Florida in the winter. It was super nice. And we were very close to Tampa, but the 2019 COVID started while I was in Florida. And so like we were like, oh, now what? We were like, we can still dirt bike, we're just gonna be in the forest. But we didn't go out anywhere almost. Because 2 days into our trip in Florida, they declared emergency and all kinds of stuff. And then I came home just in time. The day I came home is the day they closed down the border. So there's a place on Florida's Gulf Coast that feels like time decided to slow down. And then it just kind of stayed that way. Cedar Key, isn't the Florida people picture. There's no high rises, no neon, just a cluster of old buildings, quiet streets, and water stretching out in every direction. Once upon a time, this was the busiest ports in Florida. I mean, one of the busiest ports in Florida. In the 1800s, Cedar Key was the western end of the railroad line that crossed the entire state, moving cedar lumber, cotton, and people between the Gulf and the Atlantic. It was a working town, rough edges, salt in the air, and stories carried by ships. Then a hurricane in 1896 hit really hard, and the world moved on. The railroad shifted, where the industry left, where the place stayed. What's there today? It's kind of rare. It's a place that didn't really chase the future, but it kept its soul. So those small islands you see, they're part of the Cedar Keys National Wildlife Refuge. It's a quiet, protected home to the birds, marshlands, and the kind of silence you don't find much anywhere anymore. And it's not like the clear blue water like you see on the postcards. It's more like dark, rich, fed by the rivers and marshes. It's full of life. This is like the old Florida. And after I outran the storm all morning, this was like a pause. I didn't have to rush, no pressure.
Turn right onto B Street.
Gorgeous place. Little tiny fishing village. You can see all the houses are on stilts. Not all of them, but the ones that can afford it. Big hurricane surges here whenever there's a hurricane. What a cool little town. I just don't know. How do you live with that? Like, you don't give a fuck, or you have a storage for all your valuables somewhere inland or whatever. I don't know. Gotta have really good insurance and just not give a fuck. But like, come on. Insurance is expensive here in Florida. I saw there like on the road, Santa Rosa Island. There was everybody was 3/4 of the houses were for sale. Things are changing in this world. But I wanted to say it before everything goes to shit. I don't care, man. Fuck. I think camping is going to get more and more popular. Activities like this, going around with a motorcycle and whatnot. I don't know. You can do it like fairly cheap. I'm gonna go see all the expensive places all together in a month. Maybe I'm gonna spend $1,000 on lodging. Maybe a little bit more, but not much. I'm talking Canadian dollars. So. Compare that to some kind of like cruise vacation, man. Come on, look at me. For fuck's sake. Look at the places I'm riding through. Like, it's fucking amazing. I'm losing my mind every day.
was a noble idea. I would kind of actually like to get into the habit of catching some fish, because I really like fish. I like to eat fish, man. On this trip I mostly ate seafood. I think I had maybe one burger. The rest I had seafood all the time. I really, really, really enjoy it. I mean, come on, look at that. Again. Another one of those. I'm just like, oh my god. My heart is smiling. Oh, I just wanted to show this crazy thing. This is so nuts. It just grows from a tree. I wonder if it's like a symbiotic. It must be like, fuck, these trees grow really old. Obviously, I don't know if it was hurting it. It just grows right out of a fucking tree. It's unbelievable. Crazy. Never seen anything like it. And just like that, I rolled into Tampa, Florida. Sugar Lee was playing on my radio. By then this was quite a long day for me already. I've been out and about since, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I started at like 5 in the morning at least. And so I rolled into Tampa. I had me a nice, I ordered like 3 sliders, and it was so much, they were so big. I thought sliders are like tiny burgers, but they were so big. I ate one and I was full. I felt so bad. But it was so delicious and cheap and awesome. Some kind of Cuban food or something I had. And then, of course, what do? I go out in the evening because that's how I am when I travel. Like, I just want to take it in all. My days were like, I swear to God, like my days, I would start early in the morning every day. I would chase sunrise if I possibly can. And then if there was anything to see in the evening, I would probably go out and check it out. So every evening I was out like till midnight. And there I was. I went to check out the historical Ybor City. It's I believe it's like an old town of Tampa. In case I'm talking out of my ass, and like, I mean, I am talking out of my ass, so in case I say something wrong, you are welcome to correct me in the comments. But it was an old Cuban, where all the cigar factories were or so. So there's all this like brick architecture, and it's kind of old, and it's got a very cool vibe. I like it a lot. I had no idea where Ybor City was, right? I didn't know it was in Tampa, Florida. But yeah, you come in, it's like there was a full-on party going on there too. Like, and again, it was like, I don't know, Monday or something, I don't know. People were out and about, and there's roosters on the streets and stuff. It's kind of cool. Very old school. Good morning, people. Kind of early morning. I'm not Tampa. Down towards Everglades. And then off to Key West.
in Tampa is a little fucking crazy.
Turn right onto West Hillsborough Avenue.
I wasn't even thinking the traffic is thick. I was thinking the people drive crazy. And I'm not gonna lie. My bike is so loaded. It's a little sketchy going slow. Over loose gravel. I'm a little tired because yesterday the clock fucked me like real bad. There was a end of the winter savings time or whatever, the clock changed, right? And then as I moved east, I gained another hour or something, or lost another hour. So by the time I came to Tampa, it was so weird. Or when I'm riding, it was like dark at 6 o'clock. And then yesterday I'm sitting outside in the evening, it's fucking 8 o'clock and it's bright.
At the light, turn right
But
onto
right
George
now
Road.
it's like 8 o'clock. Right now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Almost 5 2. And it just got bright. So give some, take some. I just wanted to report a little for my new day starting. I've been on the road now officially for 2 weeks.
I'm a 9 train, baby, rolling 900 miles.
No, it's not for everyone, right? Neither the motorcycling, nor traveling on the bike, nor camping. But I just fucking love it. I thrive in improvising and like solving situations on the go. I love it.
So the fog did blow away, but it still felt a little bit chilly in the morning. I think the moisture was getting to me a little bit.
It got so cold, I gotta stop a little bit for fuck's sake.
Yep, that was beautiful sights on the way from Tampa down to Naples. Like even now when I watch the footage, like the colors, like the more south you go, the more like it's unbelievable. Like I don't know what it is. The colors are so like vibrant. And more bridges.
Making my way down to the Everglades. I wanted to make sure I'm at least a little bit fat, have some drinks, hydrate a little bit. I'm stopping one more time in 35 minutes just to fill up my gas tank. Because there's nothing in the Everglades for 100 miles. Which I mean, I can do that with half a tank. But better safe than sorry. I don't want to be stuck there with the alligators and the pythons and whatnot. Depends, might be I don't see much wildlife because it's midday. And also fucking hot like this. That's the cage, we might get lucky on the way back.
South ramp to Naples. Turn right onto Golden Gate Parkway.
tropical stuff happening around. Oh my god, I'm seeing all these things, I'm blown away. I'm really blown away. I never ever thought I was gonna see any of this, let alone travel on my motorcycle. It's really fucking crazy. I don't know, my GPS said this is one of the last gas stations before I hit Everglades, so I might as well fucking do it. Here we go towards the Everglades. I'm in Naples. Everything is very pretty around here. These crazy palm trees, they look like they have concrete around them. That's fucking crazy. Anyway. Off we go. Miles to Miami Trail. Going off to the base. I got water, I got everything. I'm a little like flustered. I've never thought I'll ever be here. Like, it's a little weird. I didn't even take any pictures yet. It's so crazy. A little much to take in. I've seen so much in such a short amount of time right now, like holy fuck, man. My brain is like scrambled. We'll do it. Yeah, about to turn to Miami Trail. It's funny. It's Miami, like Miami. That's what it is. It's a trail that goes across Florida to Miami. I know my bike likes it by the seaside. I'm not sure if it likes it so fucking hot. I mean, the bike probably doesn't mind it more me sitting on top of this hot bike. Holy fuck, the red lights laughed on here.
So I rolled into the Everglades thinking I knew what I'd find. Water everywhere, humidity, that heavy wet air Florida is known for. But something was different. It was turns out there's a big drought going on. And it was surprisingly dry. So dry that actually the airboats are going out of business. Fuck. So I went to this, I stopped at, it's called, let me see if I can pronounce that, Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park. It's part of the greater Everglades system. A place that's supposed to breathe with water, slow, steady, and alive. When I got there, it was dry. The ground cracked in places, water pulled back, like the whole system was holding its breath. And it's not just nature, right? Like for over a century now, people been cutting, draining, redirecting water down here, trying to control something that was never meant to be controlled. And the Everglades, it's not just swamp, it's like a strand. It's a long, slow moving corridors of water that shape everything around them. Trees, wildlife, even the air itself. When the water changes, everything changes. See, that's probably usually all swamp. and then you notice them. They're just there. Alligators. Finally found them. They're just a few feet away, barely moving. They're like part of the landscape. They don't really like chase you, they don't panic, they just watch. They sit still there, conserve their energy. They're built for a place where survival is about patience. And people walk right past them, like it's normal. Well, it doesn't feel so normal to me. But it feels more like you're allowed to pass on someone else's terms. And it's a very... The place doesn't, like, it's not like something that where you're like, whoa, look at that. I mean, maybe for the alligators. But it's very, like, when you think about it, right, like in the middle of nowhere, nothing around, no people, no, like, all nature. It's very, like, quiet. And it's very clean. It's right on the edge of between water and land. And then later when I talked to my friends, I found out that when it rains here, it really rains. And it's almost every day. And there's like floods, storms, roads disappearing. I don't know, might not be the best place for a motorcycle, but lucky I didn't really know that. Sometimes not knowing is what gets you through places. Yeah, that was quite a long trip from Tampa all the way down to the Keys. But the land was slowly ending. I hit the bridges and I managed to get some sunscreen, I think, on my camera or something. Or maybe the UV was so high, like it. Honestly, my pants, I had brand new riding pants. And after this day, going down through the Everglades and then all the way down to the end of the Keys, my pants bleached. My pants are like now they have a brown spot all from my knee up my whole thigh. Could be I got sunscreen on that too because I was wiping my hands. But I don't know. Yeah, there we go. The endless bridges. What was it? All the way down to, I think it's 180 miles or something like that. Yeah, all the way down to the Key West from the end of the landmass there in Florida. The road into Florida Keys doesn't really feel like a road. It feels like a slow transition from mainland America into something floating between land, sea, and memory. Like kind of mile by mile, the world starts opening up around you. There's water on both sides, small islands connected by long bridges stretching out across the Atlantic and the Gulf. The farther south you go, the stranger it feels. Not strange in a bad way, more like detached from the normal rhythm of things.
So yeah, we have a nice footage of this thing from there. It's really cool, like having an eye in the sky. I love it. Okay, let's go. 7 Mile Bridge coming up. This is some of the most legendary roads in the world. I'm so fucking happy. I don't know. I think I might have to go back. Maybe I can go here. I'm a little bit wonky.
So I pass fishing towns, little marinas, weather-beaten bars, little patches of palm trees somehow surviving out in the salt, and all that wind. And then there's the light. Everything reflects differently down here. There's sky, water, asphalt all blending together until the horizon almost disappears. The overseas highway by itself is like an engineering miracle. Much of it follows the path of the Henry Flagler's old railroad from the 1900s. A project so ambitious, people called it Railroad to the Sea.
That was a good spot I found. Nobody there. Rock off.
And hurricanes destroyed large parts of that railway decades ago, but the route survived. Now motorcycles, cars and travelers ride the same line the trains once crossed above the ocean. And riding through it on a motorcycle, you feel exposed in the best possible way. There's no mountains to hide behind, no forest closing in around you, just wind, sky and open water. After days of storms, traffic, cities and long highway miles, the Keys almost feel surreal. Like the continent slowly letting go of you. By the time the Florida Keys does really something strange to your senses. It messes with your sense of distance, how you look at the map and think, how can there still be so far to go? And it's like hours and hours of this stuff. The overseas highway doesn't cut through the land the way other highways do, right? Like it skips from island to island, bridges, patches of mangrove, coral, rock, like somebody stitched the road together right on top of the ocean. And after a while, you stop thinking about the destination and you just settle into the rhythm of it. Bridge, island, bridge, the water changing color every few miles, deep blue, green, turquoise, silver, where the sun hits it. Sometimes the Atlantic on one side looked rough and alive, while the Gulf side sat calm like glass. The Keys are technically part of Florida, but they don't really feel like mainland America anymore. They call it the Northern Caribbean, actually. The architecture changes, the pace changes, even the people seem a little different down there. A little looser, a little more weathered, like everyone eventually surrendered to the heat and salt and the air. And the farther south you ride, the more you start seeing signs. It goes mile 70, mile 60, mile 50, mile 40, 30. Every marker is almost like a countdown, because everybody knows what waits at the end of the road. It's Key West. For generations, Key West became this strange American myth. A place of writers, wreckers, drifters, fishermen, artists, smugglers, musicians. And on a motorcycle riding all the way down, it feels almost like symbolic. Like you're searching for the edge. And reaching it actually, the edge of the continent itself. And maybe a little bit the edge of yourself too. The old railroad builders understood that feeling. Back in the early 1900s, Henry Flagler pushed the railway all the way down there, across the open ocean, surviving hurricanes, heat, impossible logistics. At the time, many thought the whole idea was insane. Standing out there now, watching bridges stretch across open water, you kind of understand both sides. And there's something hypnotic also about the ride. The wind never really stops. Pelicans glide beside the bridge. Boats leave long white scars across the blue water. And you're exposed out there. No mountains, no walls. Nothing blocking the sky or the elements. Just road, ocean, horizon. After the Everglades and after the Tampa traffic, after outrunning the storms across half the South, the Keys really felt dreamlike. You kind of let the world simplify itself. And by that time, the evening started to roll in. I was a little tired, salty, a little sunburned, but somehow lighter than when I started that morning.
On New Orleans scale.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
The closer I got to Key West, the more it started feeling like a destination and it started feeling like a state of mind. The streets were alive, people were everywhere, music drifting through the air, scooters, bicycles, bars glowing at night. And somewhere ahead, the famous sunset celebration at Mallory Square. I missed it by minutes, literally. And honestly, for a second that bothered me. You ride thousands of miles crossing storms, bridges, cities, swamps, and then means the thing everybody comes to see. But I caught it the next day, so no worries. But somewhere between the night ride back through the Keys and setting up camp in the dark, I realized something. The road isn't really about collecting perfect moments. Sometimes the best parts are the unexpected ones. The empty roads before sunrise, the little towns nobody talks about, the conversations at gas stations, storms you barely outrun, the feeling of being exhausted and completely alive at the same time. That night, after all the noise and the lights faded away, I finally rolled into the camp. I was tired, windburned, sunburned, probably smelled like sunscreen, gasoline, and swamp water. But I made it all the way down to the edge of the continent. And then I had to look for my campsite at night. They gave me instructions, I tried to follow. But I actually found a faster way to my tent, I think. And then tried to follow instructions in the middle of the night. And it was a very nice campground, I gotta say. The Keys were something else, man. And the morning came, and just standing there, the strange Florida-like soft pink skies, the impossible colors, and my tent just sitting there. Proof that this whole thing actually happened. No hotel towers, no luxury resorts, just a motorcycle, a tent, and another day waiting somewhere down the road. And there in the morning air, I had this weird feeling that I get sometimes while traveling. Like life suddenly becomes very simple. You ride, you eat, you sleep, you watch the sky, you keep moving. And for a little while, That just might be enough. Next stop, Key West.